First there was Ben and Jerry. No, wait, that was Tom and Jerry. Then came the ice cream dudes. Anywho, fast forward a bit, and this is Luke and Lewis on Triple M Modern Digital.
Welcome to the show, everyone. Thanks for listening on a Monday morning. This is Luke and Lewis for lunch. I'm Lewis, and I'm with Luke.
Hi, Lewis. I'm Luke.
Woo!
So, how was your weekend?
Mate, exciting as. I'm always excited when the show starts.
You always
know
overcompensate
that.
on a Monday.
I'm this excited about Monday.
That was the worst Garfield impression I've ever heard.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Because Garfield hates Mondays. God, you suck at stuff sometimes. That was pretty good.
Okay, so aside from Garfield, we're now talking about what show we're going to do today.
I'm happy to talk about Garfield for 2 hours if you are.
Okay, so this is now the Garfield for lunch show, but we're also going to be talking about... We're also going to be talking about movie trailers.
Yeah, you went to see a movie and once again made a dismal attempt at avoiding a trailer because you don't like spoilers.
It wasn't dismal at all. It was perfect. I perfected avoiding that trailer.
Yeah, it's embarrassing to be friends with you sometimes. We'll talk about it later. Also, apparently these days you need a work wife.
Yeah, you need a work wife, according to the news.
Yeah.
50% of people think that they need a work wife.
We're going to try and find you a work wife.
Yes, which I'm very excited
about. And also the first ever, or the second time of Cole's home brand jams.
Yes, coming up in the next couple of hours. This is Luke and Lewis for lunch.
Lewis, sorry, Mike's just raising the table in the studio. I thought I was shrinking, but the table was just... So, Lewis, on the weekend, you went to see a movie with your girlfriend, I believe.
I went to see Justice League.
Yes, after awesome. Well, you already knew what happened because I spoiled it on the show last week.
Yes, I was really angry sitting in the chair.
But you're like a goldfish, though. You forget it anyway.
Yeah, I was really angry about you telling me the spoilers, and then I realized that I had forgotten everything that you told me.
And your girlfriend sent me a text message.
What did you text my girlfriend for,
She
mate?
texted me.
Oh, man.
Yeah. She said, Lewis and I are seeing a movie, and Lewis just left the cinema because a Star Wars ad came on. He just walked out. Did you walk out of the cinema? So if you don't know, Lewis hates spoilers. He hates trailers. He doesn't want to see anything before the movie comes out.
No, I don't want to watch the trailer because the trailer often just shows you the best parts of the movie and it shows you characters that are new that you may not have known were going to be in the movie. And it happened to me. I saw some movie. I can't remember what it was, but it completely ruined the best part of it. Oh, it was Thor. I saw the Thor trailer. I didn't know the Hulk was in it, but he was in the trailer. Do you know
Spoiler, mate. I didn't know that. I hadn't seen it yet.
Yeah.
Dog. All right.
Well, they end up having a fight, and the Hulk beats him. So there you go.
Right. I wasn't going to watch it anyway.
But one day I'll find a movie you care about.
Yeah, just don't care. It's a movie. It's not real. Don't care.
All right.
So find me like a documentary, and then I'll care. But it's the point where Lewis, we're going through a train station the other day, and there's a big billboard of a Star Wars thing, and you're like, oh, just quickly look away.
Yeah.
Because you don't even want to look at a billboard relating to the film.
No.
It's getting out of hand.
It's not getting out of hand, mate. This is how everyone should conduct their life if you want to truly enjoy a movie. Don't look at the trailer. Don't look at any licensed products or merchandise. Don't look at any toys. Don't eat any Star Wars branded foods.
That's pretty extreme. What I want to know is, though, because when you walked out of the cinema...
Yeah.
Why did you even go into the cinema in the first place? Because you always know there's going to be trailers before the movie. Do you do this every time? Do you walk out every single movie?
I decided to do it because I went and I saw a movie once, and then I saw the trailer for Thor, and it spoiled that the Hulk was in that movie. And then I remember watching Thor, the part where the Hulk comes into the movie, and I'll be like, this would have been the coolest scene if I didn't know exactly what was going to happen because I saw it in the trailer. So I thought, I put my foot down. I was like, you know what? I deserve better than this.
So what did you see up to? So obviously this Lucasfilm thing came up.
I heard, and I was out.
You just got up and left. Did you explain to your girlfriend, I'm going to exit? Or did you just walk out?
No, she started making fun of me. She's like, oh, you're going to have to watch the trailer. And I said, no, I'm not. And I got up and I made everyone in the aisle move their legs. So I could get out.
Just so you could avoid.
I blocked everyone's view. I'm so tall that I got in the way of the projector.
That's childish behaviour. And what did you do when you're outside? Just block your ears?
I just listened for the trumpets to stop playing because I waited about 2 minutes and I thought, if I can't hear trumpets, the trailer's probably over. And I was 100% correct. So unfortunately, I do now know that there are trumpets in Star Wars.
Are you going to the... that was a big giveaway. They used the theme from the other 7 films. But are you going to see the midnight screening of Star Wars?
Well, I'm trying to get my hands on an advanced copy so I can ruin it for you.
Right, because I'm going to see the midnight screening just so I can come in.
Is that before or after midnight?
What did I say?
You said midnight.
Yeah, that's before midnight. But I'm going to see the midnight screening just so I can come in on the Thursday and, I would hate...
Well, now I have to book tickets.
Well, I can't believe you haven't already. Like I wouldn't do that. And this morning I was reading an article that I found out that the director of the new Star Wars film came on Jimmy Kimmel and said what the first word of the film was.
Don't, mate. And did it ruin it for you?
I'm not going to say anything.
Good. This Luke and Lewis for lunch.
It was where?
No! Luke and Lewis for lunch on Triple M Modern Digital. Luke, we were just talking before about how I went to the movies. I saw Justice League.
Yes.
Finally.
We've already seen it. Well, I have.
I know you have because you
rare
spoiled
for me
the ending for me.
Yeah, I did. That was funny. It's rare for me to see a comic book film before you, so I took full advantage of it and, it spoiled some things. But you know what, mate? I got you a chance to read the Scotty Cam book, and you should be thanking me, really.
Yeah, it was probably an even trade-off considering I forgot all of the things that you spoiled.
Yeah, but you didn't forget how to be a new age sensitive bloke, did you?
No, I'll never forget that.
And that's some of the things that the Scotty Cam out the back book that Lewis always wants to read provides. So you're welcome.
Can we do the Scotty Cam segment instead of what I want to talk about now?
No, not today.
Damn. Okay.
Maybe tomorrow.
Oh, awesome.
Probably not though, because it's my book and back off.
Now, you didn't like the Justice League at all.
No.
No.
Not really. Oh, no, it wasn't bad. I was just like, oh, that sucked. I just don't like Superman.
You know what?
That Man of Steel guy who plays him, I don't know.
Henry Cavill. He looks like Superman.
How do you know his name?
Mate, if you don't know his name...
His name's Clark Kent. All right?
Well, you know Henry Cavill. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I thought Clark Kent was just a reporter.
Oh. You clearly haven't seen the film.
Anyway. Look, mate... I saw Justice League. I thought it was sick, and Jazz thought it was awesome, my girlfriend, and we came up with a theory. I think that you just don't like... You've told me that you didn't like the first Avengers movie.
I just was like, everyone else raved about it, and I was like, oh yeah, Iron Man was cool. But I could just watch Iron Man. I didn't think that there was 3. Hulk was cool, Captain America's okay, and Iron Man's cool. Who's the other guy? Bow and arrow guy. What are you even doing in that film, mate? And there's some girl who kicks, she's got a good roundhouse on her. I don't really know what else she provides to that team.
Look, mate. Okay, she's an international spy. Shut your mouth and show some respect.
Literally the other day after the show, you were like, yeah, I don't know why those two are in the film.
Yeah, I don't like her either. But anyway, that ruins my point, okay? So, I think that you don't like superhero movies because...
They're for children.
No, because you lack imagination.
Oh, not at all.
You have heaps of imagination?
Yeah.
I think you have zero imagination.
The whole point of a movie is you don't have to imagine it. What's your point here?
Okay, so you're making a...
You're making a weak argument. That's what you're making.
You're making a big call. You say that you got the best imagination.
What are you
If you had a good imagination, you'd be able to imagine a scene for me right now, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Mike? Right?
Yeah.
So?
Wait, you do it.
No. This is about you, okay?
Yeah, show me... No, Mike, turn it down.
No, Mike, keep going.
Stop going with Lewis, all right? Turn it down. Before we do it, you need to prove that you have such good imagination. Go.
No, you can't turn my
Yeah, you can. Absolutely. It just did.
You're just bluffing because you have a bad imagination.
Pardon? All right. Once upon a time, there was a guy who couldn't think of a good radio segment, so instead he tried to make his friend do a fake movie scene on the fly.
Okay.
And that was still better than the Justice League film. Because Justice League
You've just proven, mate, that you have a horrible imagination.
No, you do.
Because that's just exactly what happened.
Yeah? All right, okay, I'll go a good one. So, So what happened was that these bunch of movie executives got together, right?
Yeah.
And instead of making 4 side movies over a span of 5 years, they rushed one. They made one side movie of Wonder Woman, and then they put 4 other people you don't care about in a film, and then they made it. And then Aquaman had this big pitchfork, and he should have died, but he didn't a bunch of times. And then at the end, the credits rolled, and I left, and my stomach felt sore because I ate too much popcorn.
Again, that's just exactly what happened. Case closed. Luke has zero imagination.
Hang on, we're doing it after the break. You need to do a movie thing. Oh no, do it now. Go, we've still got time.
Okay, so...
Hey, see, where's your imagination?
Okay, mate, I'll tell you it during the song. This is
No,
Luke and Lewis.
you dog,
Triple M
coward,
Digital.
unimaginative coward.
It's time to do this. You've heard of small talk. Now it's time for small jokes.
Hey, Matt, would you like some sugar in that?
No, thanks. I'm sweet enough.
Yep, nice joke.
So, small jokes are something that happens when you're talking to a stranger. And you're just making, a bit of small talk, a little boring conversation that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, sometimes people do a small joke as an icebreaker, maybe just an attempt at humour in the conversation that often gets misread by the person doing it. Maybe the conversation didn't, in fact, need a joke.
No.
But still, it happens anyway all the time, and we celebrate them on our show.
Yeah, because...
Not really celebrate them. We bring attention to them and then scorn upon them.
Yeah, well, I don't think these small jokes have been happening for so long without a name that it's time to raise awareness for the people so that when this happens to them, they can at least give a name to the thing they're complaining about.
Yes.
So I encountered a small joke actually on the way to work this morning in T-shirt form.
So it wasn't an audible small joke.
No.
Someone's T-shirt just got you.
This guy was just walking down the street, just small joking everyone who looked at his T-shirt. It
That's
was crazy.
disrespectful.
It was like he was like a commando, just small joking everyone in the city. It was nuts. So there was this guy. He was walking with his wife. He was about 40-year-old dude. He was kind of chubby. He was going bald, but I could tell by his apparel that he was a mischievous fellow. Because on the T-shirt, really big letters from the top of the T-shirt all the way down to the bottom. It took up the whole shirt. It said, "Dear Santa, I can explain." Now, Luke, let me explain why that's funny. That's funny because...
Wait, can we clarify that was not me laughing? That was canned laughter.
Wasn't it?
It was hard to tell.
So, that's funny because this is a 40-year-old guy who's obviously been a very naughty boy all throughout the year. So naughty, in fact, that he had to purchase a T-shirt that would let everyone know that he can explain his naughty actions to Santa. So you look at him and you go, that guy's been a naughty boy. Oh, wait, he's 40. 40-year-olds generally don't get presents from Santa, thus meaning his small T-shirt joke is slightly ridiculous, and that is why it's funny.
Going to continue with that. Yeah, you know what? At first, I wasn't sold on the joke, but then when you explained it, bloody rip snorter, real good gag. Loved it. Thanks for bringing that to the show, Lewis.
No worries, mate.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to bringing more small jokes every day. This will be a daily segment from now on.
Hopefully not. Lewis, you may be across it, I'm not sure, but the word of the year was announced.
Really?
Yes. The word of the year. What do you think of popular words used this year?
Like the global word of the year, or
just
it
the Australian?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
I'm immediately less excited.
Yeah, so it's probably like, I don't know. So it's just, you're probably thinking it's something you use every day, maybe?
Well, I would think it would be like new slang that people would use, at least once a week. You know, I think YOLO was the word of the year once.
And that was quite frequently
that was used all the time.
Yep.
So I was like, I hate that, but I get it.
Yep.
So what's the Aussie word of the year?
You probably use it all the time. I think we all do. Quasi.
Quasi?
Yeah.
Like Quasimodo? Or?
So what it is, it's a cross
heard that
between
before.
someone who can't work out if they're a Kiwi or an Aussie. So they just call themselves a quasi.
So an idiot. What do you mean they can't work out if they're from New Zealand or from Australia?
Well,
did they get dementia on the flight over?
I thought it was when I first heard the word, I didn't see it written, so I thought it was like a Kiwi like a Kiwi mosquito,
right?
Like a
How
Kiwi
is that the
mozzie.
Word of the year? I've never heard that in my life.
So apparently, I started reading the article. I was like, "There's no way this is the word of the year." Yeah, apparently, frequently used and was worthy of being deemed the word of the year.
By who?
I've never heard of it.
Someone who's never spoken to humans?
But I started going through. I was like, man, why? Like, how come this is the word of the year? I went back through the history of words of the year. This was one of the better words.
Really? Okay. What?
2015 was not even a word. It was the emoji. It was the tear face emoji.
Yeah, that's not a word.
No.
That's an emoji. That's a drawing.
That's just a testament to how disappointing millennials have become in the tech
we can't even
age.
come up with new words. We just use a picture that somebody else drew.
Yeah. 2014 word was vape.
Yeah. No, I can get behind that. That's a word that I use at least once a week because I go, oh, look at that idiot vaping.
2013 was selfie.
Selfie, yeah. Again, I think that is
Still
a good
more
word.
frequently used than quasi.
Yeah, I've heard selfie all the time. I don't hear quasi ever. I actually looked up the runners-up for Aussie Word of the Year.
Oh, yeah?
So you would think that maybe they made a mistake with quasi and there was some better words they could have chosen from. No, quasi was the best one. I've never heard of any of these either. Okay, so robo-debt.
What?
Robo-debt, like robo-debt as one
As in,
word.
like, robot in debt.
It's a
What's a
debt
robo-debt?
incurred as a result of the Department of Human Services automated data matching and debt recovery systems, which
that's
is, classic,
widely
relatable,
used.
happens to everyone.
How do they
robo-debt.
even decide this? Is it what people Google the most? Like, what's looked up most in the dictionary?
No, I have no idea. You would think it would just be words that people say.
I never think quasi is a word. It sounds like a hyphenated. It sounds like some dude had a friend.
It's Kiwi and Aussie.
Yeah, it sounds like
mashed together.
Yeah, it sounds like a guy who has a mum who's like from New Zealand and a dad who's from Australia, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm a quasi mate." Like, and it's just
which would kind of make sense, but
as a joke at a barbecue. You know what I mean? But not like as an official word of the year.
No, but this runner-up was the worst one because this one is widely used, right? You do hear it all the time. Postal survey. A survey conducted by Post. That's not a new word.
Well, it's not a word. It's two words.
That's two words that already exist.
Is it hyphenated?
No, it's just postal space survey.
Who's running this?
I don't know.
What are we doing, Australia? I can think of a better word right now.
Yeah?
Nah, I can't. You know what? Whoever's running it.
Good job. Luke, last week we made one of the biggest discoveries in human history on this radio show.
Yes, there was. I'm trying to think of another human discovery. The moon that we could be there. And
digital radio.
Digital radio was number 2, and then Cole's hold music number 3.
Yeah. So we called Coles.
And fire.
Yeah,
that was less good.
No, yeah, Fire's number 4. That was definitely less good.
Yeah.
So last week we called Coles just to do a bit of a prank call. But what we discovered was that their hold music is some of the slickest hold music I've ever heard in my life. It's jazzy yet hip hop.
It's smooth. It's new. It's just really everything that you want to. It's relaxing while you're waiting for their customer care.
Yeah, it's incredible. Like, it's some of the best hold music that I've ever heard. Because normally you'll hear opera or ads or the radio. You don't want to hear that. You want to hear some smooth hip hop jazz.
Yes, and immediately as soon as we got put on this hold music, just without even thinking about it, we started skip boppity bopping along to this. You know,
We just started freestyling.
We then started freestyle rapping along to this cold music, Cole's hold music, not cold music. But
it was pretty cold. It was ice cold.
It was fresh, just like their produce. But yeah,
we've got a little excerpt of when I really started going here. Walking down the street, tapping my feet, seeing a lot of girls that I'd like to meet. Off the dome. That was just off the top. Freestyled
really?
That. Yeah.
Hard to tell, man. Rhymed. Well done.
So we were thinking that we might as well we enjoyed ourselves so much that we thought, let's make this a regular segment. Let's make rapping over the Coles hold music happen once a week.
So today we're starting Cole's home brand jams on the show, and it's bloody exciting. But so what happens is instead of freestyling this week, last week was the freestyle. This week we're like, you know what? Let's come in today with some written rhymes. You know, that's how all the big rappers do it. Jay-Z, Eminem. You know, they don't do it over Cole's music, but maybe that's why they haven't had a hit in a while.
Yeah.
Actually, Eminem has a new song.
Yeah, but
it's
if it was
not
over
as
the top
good.
of Cole's music...
Oh, it wasn't that smooth.
No, it wasn't, and nowhere near as
The
smooth.
beat wasn't slick.
No way.
Yeah.
So what we're thinking is...
Maybe we should get Beyonce on this segment.
Yeah.
Because that usually makes... Or Rihanna.
That's true. Maybe we probably could get them both.
We'll try and get a musical guest on this segment soon.
Yeah.
So, we can't promise Beyonce, but we're also not gonna ban her from the segment like Radio Mike. He's got a 1 week ban because his rhymes weren't didn't flow enough last week.
His rhymes will wax, so he's not allowed to participate. So we thought to get a little bit of inspiration for your rhymes in particular.
Yeah,
you went down to Coles.
I took a creative walk through Coles this morning because I'm an artist, and before I write, I like to know what I'm writing about. And as I was walking through the fresh produce section, in particularly the deli.
That's pretty fresh.
Yeah. I was walking past a chili fridge where they keep their... by the way, this sounds sponsored. We just really like their whole music. Yeah. This is not sponsored.
No, we're not getting paid. I mean, Coles, if you do want to pay for us, we'll take your money.
Yeah.
But really, the whole music is enough.
Yeah. We don't need it, but if you're listening, offer it. So, I was walking through and I saw a couple just picking out some fish together, a bit of sliced meat, and I was like, oh my God.
Was it like Jay-Z and Beyonce?
Yeah, they were on a date, except he wasn't cheating on her. But they were on a date in Coles.
Right.
And I was like, oh my God, Coles is the number one place to take your bae these days.
Yeah.
So my rap ended up, originally I was just going to write about their bargains and all their fresh produce, but then it just turned into like a love story. So that's where my creative head went at. How did your rhymes go?
Well, I actually used to work at Coles Online in the call center.
Wow.
So I was really in the nucleus in mission control. I was that close to the hold music. But
yet you never discovered it.
I know, because I was never on hold. I was putting people on hold, gifting them the magic of the Coles hold music, but I never got to experience it
You didn't
myself.
know you were actually doing God's work.
I was being a selfless leader, shepherding my sheep towards the ice cold fresh hold music. So my bars are actually written about my time at Coles Online and how good the bargains are, and just generally how fresh and ice cold the hold music is.
Well, I can't wait to hear them. So after the break, we're going to be doing Coles home brand jams.
It's time for a little bit of smooth, yet fresh, yet ice cold Coles hold music jams.
Home brand jams,
yes.
Which is where we rap over the Coles customer care hold music. If you haven't heard the customer care hold music, oh boy,
you're missing out.
Yeah,
because it's some of the smoothest hip hop jazz we've ever heard.
Yeah,
it just compels bars out of you. You're on the phone, you want to call them because they smashed your eggs on delivery.
Yeah,
you're really upset about it, but then you hear this music and you're like, man, why do I care so much about these eggs?
Yeah,
when I could be spitting some hot fire
about my kegs that are also bought, and then you start rhyming and everything's just flowing. Hey,
dregs, it's all over the shop.
All of a sudden, your complaints start coming to them in bars, and that's exactly what happened to us last week on Hold. We started freestyling, but this week we've come in with prepared rhymes,
pre-written fire.
Yeah,
we've stepped into the booth. We've recorded a little bit more professionally this time because the first time it was completely improvised. That's how good the Hold music is.
Yeah,
couldn't stop thinking about it all week, so we thought let's come back.
By the way,
super hot fire.
let's stop talking up the quality of like we've stepped into a booth. We did it all live, one take on Coles before the show.
Look, mate, I think any kind of rap failure that we have will be completely overshadowed by how good the hold music is.
That's true.
It will even out.
We don't even have to rap.
No.
We could just listen to the Coles music for a whole break if you want.
Let's do that for tomorrow's show. We'll make it the Coles hold music show.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Are you guys ready to hear some fire? And that's not to you, Goo. That's to you listening.
I don't think they are.
If you're listening on the radio right now, turn up your radios. Get ready to... It might explode. I don't know what's going to happen. But either way, this is how it went before the show.
Your call may be recorded for training and quality purposes.
Oh, yeah. We are recording too. Here we go.
You ready?
All right. Here I go.
Let's throw down.
Yeah. All right. Man, the hold music's fine. Yeah. It's sounding even hotter than an adult line. What are you wearing? Nah, not this time. I'm here for low price food, not a good time. Ooh.
Damn!
I got more buzz. Go.
Go.
All right. Yeah.
They can't even handle it.
Oh. Yeah. Sitting on hold. I'm ice cold like coals. Walking down the freezer aisle, man, the prices are low. Yeah, let my vices be known. I'm addicted to bargains, so I know where to go, and that's Coles on hold.
Ooh, alrighty, that was good.
Yeah.
All right, are you ready?
Yeah.
My
go
one's
to.
like a Coles love story.
Oh, sick.
Walking through the deli with a basket in hand, grab some chicken, grab some fish, and even some ham. So many good deals to start off the day. Maybe I could take a girl here and make her my bae.
Hey.
Ooh, are you ready? Are you ready for the verse
Your
two?
call is important to us.
Hey, clearly not.
Excuse me.
Hold.
This is a horrible
Literally in the
ad.
middle of a verse here.
Shortly.
We could walk through the aisles and get lost in some lollies. Damn girl, let's switch out that basket for a trolley. She's got all the best bargains, I got no doubt. It's time to leave, but first let me check you out.
Oh!
I'm out. Can I drop the mic? Yeah, I didn't want to ruin the mic.
Wow. I think this week's Coles rap is definitely hot fire.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
Man, I can't believe... Oh, did you want to wait till they pick up to tell them about how good it was?
No, I'm pretty happy because the more people call this line, the rap line, the more people they have on hand to answer the phones, and the more times your call gets answered, the less rap time you have. So I think we should end it there to preserve the rap game.
Peace.
So that is how our Coles home brand jams went.
Yeah, we decided we wouldn't speak to anyone at customer care that day to preserve the rap game, and I think that was a responsible call for rhymers out there everywhere.
Yeah.
So we don't want to be the only ones. If you want to call up, have a rhyme yourself in your personal time, go for it, because we've preserved that.
You know what? If
for
you guys want to give it, it's literally just Google their phone number, give them a call, record it, spit some bars, and send it in to us. We
Yeah.
might play it on the radio. We're all about the home brand jams here.
Yeah.
So you can record your own covers, regardless of your rap skill. As you heard, the music makes up for it.
It doesn't matter about your rapping ability. I wrote a Coles love story, and look, I thought it was beautiful, but it wasn't very poetic.
You know what? I think that last week I won the freestyle battle.
Yeah, definitely.
But this week I think you won the written
I
bars.
took home the written bars. Next week we're going to be doing a rap battle. Coles
Yes.
Home Brand Jams rap battle. Man, it's going to be on. So we're going to be writing bars about each other.
Yep, so we're going to have a rap battle, and we want the listeners to decide who's the better rap battler, and the verdict will be known.
No, the verdict will be Coles. Coles
Yeah.
will probably just win out in the day because of their
That's
music.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is very true.
Not often does the DJ who's mixing the beats win the rap battle, but when you're that good, you know, what can you do? Well
All
done,
right.
Coles.
So that was
again,
Coles.
non-sponsored. We just want to make sure, non-sponsored.
But you know what?
We love you,
End
Coles.
of the day, sponsored or not, that whole music just does big poos over whatever Aldi's playing for sure. Luke and Lewis for lunch on Triple M Modern Digital. Luke, I have a gripe.
Yes?
I just heard you say gripe during the song, and I really
Yes.
wanted to use that word.
Well, not often. Well, actually, often you'll bring complaints, gripes to the show.
Pet peeves.
Inconveniences in your life.
Mike, do you think anyone wants to watch that video you're filming now? I think that's bad content that you're filming, mate. Put that down. Mike's just Instagram storying us doing the intros of segments. So that was one of my gripes, was Mike filming us.
And now our producer, James, is sitting outside going, wrap this conversation up, boys.
So I wanted to talk about, have you seen on, when you book a flight, Luke?
Yeah, I booked a flight.
Yeah, but have you seen the option to pay for queue jump?
Yes, you can pay extra to jump the queue at the airport, which really makes no sense.
No, because we fly a lot because we tour Australia with stand-up tours and that. Now, every time I see these queue jumps, what happens is you'll be waiting for the plane, and then before they get everyone to queue up to board the plane, what they do is they make an announcement saying, everyone who has pre-purchased the queue jump package for this flight, please start lining up now.
Yeah, please
And-
form an orderly queue
Yeah.
in order to jump the queue that you paid extra to not queue in.
Yeah, and then about 30 people every flight start queuing up, and I'm watching these people queue up for the queue jump, and I'm thinking, do they even know that they're
Do you
in a
even
queue?
see what you're doing?
Yeah.
You're queuing to bypass a queue later on.
Yeah.
And not only that, the thing that really gets me about this is you literally pay to be on the flight earlier when you
Which
just sit on the
sucks.
tarmac and wait for everyone else to board anyway. Being in the plane seat sucks. I want to be in there for as minimal time as possible.
Yeah, like, it doesn't make your plane doesn't take off any earlier. It's the same plane no matter what if you pay for queue jump or not. So you're saving zero time. You're just wasting money.
But we're geniuses whenever we fly together and on our own, because we do the same thing, which is we wait till final boarding and then not even get on, and then start packing up our stuff. Yeah. People are going like, there's announcements like Lewis Spears and Mr. Luke Kidgel, could you please board your Jetstar? Blah,
no
blah, blah.
way. I know their tricks. They want you to line up so you can stand in line so they can get everyone in an orderly fashion. Yeah. No way. I wait until there's maybe 2 people left to board and the flight attendants are looking like they're about to cry.
We'll often wait till the plane's trekking down the runway,
I haven't done that before.
Well, as long as it hasn't literally been, it's not in the air yet, still got a chance to get on.
And you know what, listeners? That's free.
Yeah.
That's absolutely free, and you don't have to queue
We've been known to hijack the taxi that taxis it out to the runway.
One
time, to board the flight later as possible. Yeah, one time, you flaunt with this too. That was a joke, obviously. We don't do that. We board just before the doors close. But you flaunt with this too regularly, too often.
What do you mean?
I think it was New Zealand. In New Zealand, we're flying Christchurch to Auckland, and it was final boarding for about 5 minutes. It was flashing red. The whole line had gone. They were waiting for about 2 more people. They were almost about to call your name through the airport, and I was like, man, where's Lewis gone? Turns out Lewis just went to take a poo.
Mate.
Right... right before they were like final boarding, you're like, oh great, now's a great time to drop my bowels.
Mate, just because Jetstar wanted to take off doesn't mean that my passengers didn't need to land. Luke, do you have a work wife?
No, I don't even have a regular wife. I don't have a non-work. I don't have a casual wife.
You're missing out on this work wife. Have you heard of a work wife?
No.
I read an article.
Is it just when you work with your wife?
No, I read an article, and the headline of it is why everyone needs a work wife. Everyone needs a work wife. Whether or not you have a job or a wife, doesn't matter. Everyone needs one of these.
Hard if you're on the dole.
Well, maybe you get a Centrelink wife. She doesn't have any teeth, though. Anyway, so I wanted to... I'm going to explain what a work wife is. This is according to this article. So she's somewhere between your colleague who totally gets why you hate Claire, the office manager. They've got a passion, and your best friend who gets you, but rolled into one person.
Wow, so it's just like your work best friend who you can rely on, count on.
No, it's a work wife. Luke,
sorry.
Did you even listen?
Right. It sounds like you really want one.
I do. Okay. And I'm not alone. According to a study in 2016, 47.2% of professionals either have or wish they had a work spouse. I am missing out.
So, okay, that's where the stat gets wrong. 42% have or wish. I reckon 2% have, 40% wish they had one.
You don't know. Okay?
I don't know anyone with a work wife. Do you propose?
47.2.
How does that exchange even go? Hey, I'm in a loving committed relationship outside of work, but between 9 to 5?
Well, you know why I want one. Okay, this is the quote that really stuck out for me, is because you know that she'll be keeping an eye out and will move heaven and earth to ensure you don't get caught feeling up that new guy from finance in the disabled toilets at the Christmas after.
Oh, that's a huge problem you've been dealing with lately.
Yeah, I mean, that new guy from finance, so it's really awkward now when I walk past him. And I can't go into the disabled toilets again. I ruined them.
No. Yeah, it was very messy.
So what I'm saying, Luke, is I think I need a work wife, and I think that you are the perfect person for it. To be my work wife.
You want me to be the work wife? I can find you a work wife.
No. I've found my work wife.
I'd be your work husband anyway.
No, mate. There's no such thing as a work husband. There's a work wife, and I think that you're the perfect person.
Marriage equality bill is looking to be passed by the end of this week, so maybe by Thursday I could be your work husband.
Work wife.
That's pretty backwards thinking of you, but anyway.
Mate, give me one reason why you can't be my work wife.
I'm more like your work mum. Because I clean up after you, I provide for you, and I cook a damn good casserole.
Well, I don't want this to get a bit incestuous now, do I?
No. I'm pretty much your mum at work anyway. You leave stuff everywhere all the time. Mate. I constantly apologise for you to other people. Like, you'll say something dumb, and I'll have to go, sorry, I'm really sorry, that's my friend Lewis.
It's my husband, Lewis. My work husband, Lewis. That's how you should address me.
No, I said, that's my son, Lewis. I'm so sorry.
Okay, you know what the problem is? I never proposed to you. Work proposed. So I'm going to work propose to you right now.
It's a bit weird doing it to your mum, mate.
Will you, Luke Hidgel...
Where's the ring? Lewis is getting down on his knees.
I've got... This has a hole in it, so just put your finger in there.
In the hole of the scissors?
The smaller one, yeah. Will you... That's the wrong finger.
I can't believe... Putting aside the fact that I'm your work mum right now, I'm so offended you didn't get me a ring.
Look, work mum, just put your finger in the hole and be my work wife. That's the wrong finger. Ring finger, please. Thank you. That's still the wrong finger, but we're married now. My work wife. This is Luke and Lewis for lunch on Triple M Modern Digital.
This sucks. Now, Lewis, people say romance isn't dead, but I'm here to confirm officially that it is, because before the break, you proposed to me with office stationery, scissors.
Yeah, because we're work, husband and wife.
No, not actually. We're technically fiancé. I'm your fiancé. So.
Well,
we're engaged.
Well, we moved past the relationship.
Briefly,
stage
Lewis
completely.
got confused how a marriage worked, and he proposed to me and went, "We're married." I think that's what you yelled at the end there, and I can visually confirm we're not married.
We're just engaged. Oh,
yeah.
Sorry, honey.
Thank you.
Work, honey. My mistake.
Yeah. Who's your non-work honey?
My girlfriend, probably.
Have you told her about your new work wife?
Oh, it's none of her business.
What happens 9 to 5 doesn't concern her.
Yeah, you know the saying, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. And I'm calling
that
this
would
place
that
Vegas.
would apply if we broadcasted from Vegas. We don't.
Yes, well that's the nickname that I've given this station. Everyone around the office uses it. I'm surprised you haven't heard it.
So, Lewis, one thing I wanted to bring up before we end the show is I was a bit offended with. I don't think you spent a lot of money on the ring. You use office scissors.
I didn't spend any money on that.
Now I'm very offended.
I just found it on the table. If
right,
I'm being honest.
So you didn't even walk into Officeworks and like, well, give me your finest stationery, give me your finest cutting equipment.
This is a work marriage, okay? Stop getting ahead of yourself. You're not that special. You're only special 9 to 5, Dal. Stop giving me lip.
Well, it's currently 9 to 5. I don't feel very special.
Well, you know what? We can go down to HR and consummate the marriage by declaring our workplace relationship.
Well, first of all, we'd have to actually have a ceremony.
Well, okay. Well, then we'll have a ceremony in the break room over lunch.
No, that's where I want the honeymoon to be.
Okay.
In the rec room, play a bit of table tennis.
This marriage business is a lot of work, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know why 42% of people want one of these. This is already very time-consuming. I'm exhausted.
You know what? I think we should have a work divorce.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, we were never married, so that's fine.
Tomorrow's show, we'll have a work break.
We'll just officially break up with you. That is all we have time for on the show. Lewis and I speaking.
Yes, I don't know who said that, but it's probably someone sitting next to me. I wouldn't know. I couldn't hear it. So
talk to the hand because the Luke ain't listening.
This
Mike.
is,
hey, Mike, do you want to get married?
Yeah, man.
Man, you work wife. Hey. Me and Radio Mike.
Look, just because you're divorced and
look at him, single over there. Can't handle it. What are you going to eat some ice cream tonight?
Mike's really young for you. What are you, just a cougar?
Are you older than me, Mike?
I'm 2 years older than Luke.
Yep. Lewis is a moron. How about you start taking pride and, start taking interest in your friends? Mike's birthday next week, by the way.
We'll do some
December 12th, I believe. What a good friend.
Okay, look, we'll do some marriage counselling in tomorrow's show. This is Luke and Lewis for lunch on Triple M Modern Digital.